Hi, I welcome you all for this session Firewall in Information Security. What is firewall? It is a choke point of a control and monitoring. It interconnects networks with different trusts. It imposes restriction on network services, that is, only authorized traffic is allowed. Auditing and controlling access can implement alarms for abnormal behavior. It must be immune to penetration. Now you can see the figure for what the firewall does. It protects the internal network, that is the enterprise network, from the external untrusted network, that is public network called internet. The basic characteristics of firewall is the design goals. The firewall is designed in such a manner that all traffic must pass through the firewall. Only authorized traffic will be allowed to pass. It focused primarily on service control, direction control, user control, and behavior control. First of all, what is service control is? It filters the traffic on the basis of IP address, protocol, or port number. The direction control. It determines the direction in which the service request may be initiated and allowed to flow through the firewall. User control. Service accessing is allowed based on the user. Behavior control. It controls how particular services are used. Some expectations that the firewall should have is it keeps the unauthorized user out of the protected network and provides the protection from various kinds of IP spoofing and routing attacks. First of all, we'll see what is IP spoofing is. The intruder or the hacker can access the packet and they can change the IP address in such a manner that that particular IP address may seems to be the valid IP address, and it makes a firewall to allow that particular packet into the internal network. This is called as IP spoofing. And audit and alarms can be implemented through firewall. It is used as a network address translator and network management function. It can serve as a platform for IP security protocol. Firewall limitations. It cannot protect from attacks bypassing the firewall. It cannot protect against the internal threats. It cannot protect against the access via wireless LAN. And it cannot protect against malware imported via laptop, PDA, or any other storage devices that is infected from the outside. Now we'll enter into the topic types of firewall. There are many types of firewall, but we are going to concentrate more on 4 types. One is packet filters, stateful inspection, application level gateway, and circuit level gateway. First one, we'll see about packet filters. It is the simplest, fastest firewall component, and it examines each IP packet and permits or deny according to the rule. Filtering rules are based on the information contained in the packet, such as source IP address, destination IP address, IP protocol field, and transport level address. Which means whenever the packet is entering into the firewall, it will check the IP address or port number or the protocol field, whether it is a valid IP address or a valid protocol or a valid port number, which is allowed to enter into the internal organization network. Only if that particular packet filter accepts that particular IP address that is being specified in the packet, that particular packet can be accepted or it gets rejected. And whenever the packet filter is being designed, it can hold 2 possible default values. One is discard, the other one is forward. Default is equal to discard, which means that not expressly permitted is prohibited, and default is equal to forward, that not expressly prohibited is permitted. Now the packet filter is being picturized here. The transport layer takes the job of packet filter, and you can see the end-to-end transport connection in the transport layer, and the second figure which illustrates the functionality of packet filtering router, which is acts as an intermediator between the private network and the public network, that is internet. Whenever the data that is being shared between internet and the private network, it has to be passed through the packet filtering router. The packet filtering router will hold a number of rules, and all those rules has to be satisfied by the packet, either it is an incoming packet or outgoing packet. Only when that particular rules are satisfied, either the packet will be accepted or denied by that particular packet filtering router. What are all the possible attacks on the packet filters? There are a number of attacks that can be performed on packet filters. Some of them are, first one is IP address spoofing, which means the fake source address to be trusted. The hacker or the intruder will try to change the IP address in the packet, which similarize, or it will have an illusion that it is the original IP address or the valid IP address. So for this particular attack, what can be the remedy is you can add the filters on the routers to block. Second type of attack is source routing attack. The attacker sets a route other than the default route that cannot be identified by the packet filters. And how it can be rectified is you can have a block source routed packets in the routers. Next one is tiny fragment attacks. It splits the header information over several tiny packets, and it will be transmitted between the network. In such cases, the intruder will try to change the information in the first packet, and the packet filters will hold the rules only for the first fragment, and if the first fragment is accepted, all the other related fragments will be automatically accepted. The intruder will change the content in the first tiny fragment and automatically makes the other tiny fragments to be accepted by the packet filters. So this can be rectified either by discarding or reassembling before checking or before entering into the internal network. The second type of packet filter is stateful. So what is the disadvantage in packet filter is it can hold the information only for the transport layer, it cannot go beyond that or the higher layer. So in order to avoid that particular difficulty, we are moving for the next technology called stateful packet filters. Traditional packet filters do not examine the higher layer context. Stateful packet filters tightens up the rules for TCP traffic by creating a directory of outbound TCP connections. They examine each IP packet in context, which means it keeps track of client-server session. It checks each packet validity belongs to the one. Hence, are better able to detect the bogus packets out of the context. It may even inspect the limited application data. Next one will go for a application level gateway filters, which is also called as application proxy, which means that this particular gateway is going to be implemented in application layer of the reference models. So it will have an application specific gateway or proxy, and it has full access to the protocol. The user always requests for the service from the proxy. The proxy validates the request, either that as a legal or illegal request, and then the action request and returns the results to the user. It can log or audit the traffic at application level. It needs separate proxies for each service. Some service naturally supports proxying, other are more problematic. The main disadvantage in this particular gateway filter is it will have an additional processing overhead for the gateway. So it has to check each and every packet on the whole, and it has to carry it over through the gateway. Now we can see the picture for this particular filter, and the application proxy is done in the application layer. So internal transport connection and external transport connection is done by the transport layer. The application layer is being connected, and all the requests that is being sent from the user will be carried through the application proxy. The application proxy will check the packets that is being received, and then it will be forwarded to the external or the other internet based networks. And the protocols that is being used here is Telnet, FTP, SMTP or HTTP. All these protocols, as we have already earlier studied, that these are the protocols belonging to the application layer. The last type of filter is circuit level gateway filters. It relays two TCP connections, imposes security by limiting which such connections are allowed. Once created, usually relays traffic without examining the contents. Typically used when trust internal users by allowing general outbound connections. SOCKS is commonly used. Here you can see this circuit level gateway filters. So these are the cases. Here this particular gateway filter is being implemented in transport layer, and it will be having two separate TCP connection. One is for internal transport connection, the other one is for external transport connection, and this particular proxy will be done at the transport layer level. And you can also see the second diagram in which the outside host can be connected to the outside connection through the gateway, and that will be connected to the inside connection, and this will also be handled by the circuit level gateway filters. For listening this session on firewall. Thank you, one and all.